Okay, I'll be back. Student, 2 minutes. Dr. Fauzian disturbing. Okay, jap. Okay, sorry guys. There was a big disturbance from Dr. Fauzian. Okay. Are you all still around? Hello.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. We will continue. Okay. UV radiation to plants. Okay, so UV radiation, just now we said UV radiation is one of the method to kill, to neutralize or to reduce the effect of allelochemicals, right? So let's see what other things UV radiation does to plants. Okay, there's a lot of types of UVs, right? Which are UVA, what I know, UVB, UVC. Okay, UVA is ultraviolet A. Okay, this is more onto, this class today is more onto, this one is already plant physiology. Okay, I mean, I know basic things. I mean, like, if you want a very good expert to, let's say, it can be Dr. Fauzian lah. He's a plant physiologist. Okay, so UVA is the every UV has a different wavelength. It's from 315 until 400 nanometer. Okay, it's less absorbed by a stratospheric ozone layer, able to reach the Earth's surface and can cause tanning, skin aging, eye damage, and immune suppression in animals. So, but it is less absorbed, so you don't need to worry much about that. In plants, it can influence plant morphology, plus some specific effect. Example, stomatal opening and induction of pigment formation. Okay. UVB, ultraviolet B, the wavelength is 280 to 315, okay, nanometer. This one is strongly absorbed by our ozone layer. It reaches the Earth's surface. It can contribute to snow blindness, sunburns, immune reduction, and a variety of skin problems, including skin cancer and premature aging. Okay, there's things something like, okay, that's why like kita kan panas terik kan, kita jenis yang we are Asians, we are Malaysians, we live along this garisan khatulistiwa ni kan, okay, we live along this equatorial. Kita bukan jenis yang suka sangat panas, kita lari keluar dari panas, kita masuk dalam aircon lah apa kan. So we are, and then we are also used to our skins have these pigments that's that has a lot of vitamin D's in it. Okay, which is against skin cancer or any skin punya issues. The darker you are, lagi more darker, more toner you are, your chances to get skin cancer and you have more vitamin D absorption. That is about skin colors lah. Yang lagi gelap have better. So we have very less skin cancer in Malaysia because of this UV is cannot be absorbed by us as well. Like we have protection against that. Okay, yang Mat Saleh ni mereka suka keluar. Panas terik mereka keluar. Okay, they don't cover themselves, so they have an eye chance because their pigmentation is a kind of pigment that is very less. Okay, that's just topic lah. Okay, in plants, it induces many morphological, physiological, and molecular changes, including it changes the leaf structure, antioxidative machinery, and DNA damage. Okay, UVC. UVC, it's completely absorbed by ozone layer. Okay, it's like 100 to 280 nanometer. Okay, nanomole. Okay. So that the levels of UVC radiation reaching the Earth's surface are very small, Kerana dia punya wave plan is tak panjang sangat. It is a lethal in nature and can change the expression pattern of genes in animals as well as in plants. Okay. So UVA masuk. Okay. Right. Oh, dia punya level 380 to 315. Okay, dia masuk. Okay, yang ni UVC tak masuk sangat. Okay. Stratospheric ozone layer. Okay, okay. UVA have a relatively long wavelength and represent close to 95% of UV rays that reaches Earth's surface. UVB medium wavelength only its part passes through. Okay, UVC is most harmful, but dia punya jarak tu rendah kan, so do not reach the Earth's surface, completely filtered by the ozone layer. So this is the thing lah. Okay, so how does it affect? Okay, we focus on UVB on plants. How does it affect plants? Okay, morphologically, it inhibit hypocotyl elongation, cotyledon opening, reduction of leaf surface area, it increase thickness of leaf, shortened internodes, okay, reduce root growth, reduce biomass, it alter flowering, it reduce fertility and reduction of crop yield. Okay, this is how it affects morphology. In physiochemical or biochemical, it accumulate UV protection, protective pigment. Okay, it accumulate UV protective pigments. There's peroxidation of lipids. It form ROS, radical scavenging, radical oxidative scavenging. Okay, induction of antioxidant and antioxidant enzymes, the reduction of photosynthesis, it degrades photosynthesis system 2. Okay, it affects the photooxidation, reduction of Rubisco activity, and so on. This is very physiological biochemistry. Okay, molecular, it affects the formation of CPD and PPs, reduction of repair mechanism, okay, down regulation of photosynthetic gene. So these are the three main group it affects and how it affects. Okay, so these are all effects of climate changes now lah. Okay, what's happening to our plants. Morphological responses, unusual growth pattern and coloration. Okay, visual effect, changes in leaf color and forms. Okay, it affects leaf color and forms. Okay, bronze or brown spots appears on the leaf surface, result in chlorosis, necrosis, and desiccation of the leaves. Okay, so dia akan form brown spots lah, brown spots. The content of chlorophyll, it will vary considerably due to the visual, due to these effects. In some plants, it shows chlorotic patches within 4 to 5 days after exposure, and later on, these patches turn into necrotic patches. Okay, it has chlorotic patches, little necrotic patches, and result in early senescence of leaves. Okay, wilt lah, the leaf will wilt. Okay. Plant growth and leaf phenology. Okay, what happened in the morphological? Enhanced UV reduces main stem and branch elongation growth rates. Okay, resulting in more squashed plants with a shorter height. Okay, it will produce a plant with a shorter height lah. Okay, so it decreased plant height is mainly due to shorter internodes rather than to fewer nodes. Might be due to the change. So ini dia change the phytohormone dalam plant, especially yang involved dalam shooting and rooting lah, macam IAA, okay, which plays a role in stem elongation. Leaf area was less due to both smaller leaves and lesser number. So leaf pun akan jadi kecil, caused by reduction in cell size or change in leaf structure, reduction in cell numbers, and by both cell division and cell expansion. Lepas tu leaf curling. Okay. Reproductive morphology, delayed seedling, emergence and flowering, and fruit ripeness of several crop plants. Okay, so dia pun effect reproduction lah. Okay, curling of cotyledons and leaves. Okay, cotyledon and leaves are curled changes in hormone metabolism and cell wall loosening. Okay. Under UVB exposure, all the reproductive plant become reduced in shape and size affects flower size and numbers. So reproductive morphology, flower length, petal and sepal area, as well as length, inflorescence and gynoecium length. All these things are affected. Have important implication for pollination because in general, pollinators prefer, like if you want to use pollinators, like birds or insects, macam butterflies and so on, they prefer a large flower which is visible and good in color. So it will affect all that. Another thing is crop yield. Reduction in biomass accumulation ultimately reduce the crop yield. Okay. So this is very important. UV ni kalau it reduce biomass, so crop pun rendah lah. Apa yang kita nak makan lama-lama kan? Okay. Okay, photosynthesis. The response of photosynthesis pathway to UVB radiation depend on various experimental growth condition and plant growth stages. Flow rate, and the ratio of PAR to UVB radiation, UVB dosage, as well as the interaction with other environmental stresses. Example, cold, drought, mineral availability, and so on. Many species of crops like sweets, corn, soybean, barley, oats, carrot, cauliflower are highly sensitive to UVB radiation. Okay, fruit production could be reduced by 10% for every 1% increase of UVB radiation. So, food production reduce 10% kalau 1% je UVB radiation increase. So, this is quite bad lah. So, dia punya photosynthesis takkan normal. Okay, for producing carbon sources dalam plant itself. Okay. So, you see how it affects. So, leaves of yellow passion fruit grown under low or high. Low kalau low UVB, kalau high UVB dia jadi macam ni of 16 days. So kalau no UV, these are plants like UVS. These are the wild type of plant. Is a UVT plant, UVT1 plant. So mid UV tengok macam mana. Okay, wild type. So high UV. This may be the tolerant variety lah. Okay, he's gone. Okay, tolerant variety lah. They have to find a tolerant variety because maybe UVT1 ni maksudnya UV tolerant one. Okay, UVS is UV susceptible. Okay, this is the wild type. So wild type pun mati, susceptible pun mati. Yang so is the tolerant ones lah. Okay, it's quite bad kan? Okay. Sekejap. Okay. Sikit lagi Okay. Direct effects of enhanced UVB radiation on photosynthesis. The loss in integrity of what will happen to photosynthesis. The thylakoid, membrane thylakoid is a part dalam chloroplast kan, thylakoid. So it loses its integrity. Then it causes the damage to photosystem 1 to a larger extent than to photosystem 2. Photosynthesis ada dua sistem kan, photosystem 1 and 2. So it causes effect to photosystem 2, reduce fixation of carbon dioxide and oxygen evolution, decreased dry wheat, starch and chlorophyll content. Okay, it's dry wheat, starch and indirect effect of UV radiation on photosynthesis. The efficiency of gas exchange is reduced by induction of stomatal closure. So stoma akan tutup. Light environment within the leaf is altered by changes in leaf thickness and anatomy. Okay, light environment. Okay, within the leaf, cahaya kan altered, dia akan berubah. So leaf thickness, anatomy akan berubah. Whole plant photosynthesis is indirectly affected due to alteration in canopy morphology. Okay. Okay. Biochemical response. Boleh tak bagi I 3 minit lagi? I need to go to washroom. Okay, a bit more je. Okay, give me 3 minutes. I'll go to washroom. Okay?
Okay, doktor.
Okay ke? Sudah? Hello?
Okay, doktor.
Okay, Students, sorry, I go to washroom and people stopping me in between. Okay, so don't worry, we have a little bit more. Okay, so any questions so far? Hello?
No,
No.
No,
You orang boleh dengar kan I cakap?
boleh.
boleh.
Boleh kan? Okay,
Boleh.
okay. Okay, biochemical responses. So one is ROS. Okay, ROS is the radical oxygen scavenging activity lah. Okay, tak dia there's another thing they call it. Jap. ROS. Jap. Reactive oxygen species. Okay, reactive oxygen species yang menyebabkan radical scavenging. Okay, so tiba-tiba I'm confused. Okay, I tertukar. Okay, induce reactive oxygen species production in plants. Okay, for this reactive oxygen species lah kadang-kadang kita minum vitamin C. Okay, I'm drinking vitamin C yang soluble ni. So so for that we use ROS. Okay, antioxidants lah. You need antioxidants. So elevated UVB radiation exposure during vigorous growth, but and flower stages significantly increase the H2O2 dia kena tulis macam ni ya. Dihydrogen dioxide. Okay, concentration in flower over the control. And the hydrogen dioxide concentration induced by elevated UVB radiation applied during the flower stage was the most. Okay. Okay. Increase H2O2 concentration. So UVB ni increase dihydrogen dioxide. This is quite toxic lah to plant. So due to UVB, exposure of UVB also reduce the activity of photosystem 1 and 2 and whole chain activity significantly. So it increase the UVB photosystem lah. It affects the photosystem 1 and 2, but it enhance the contact of oxygen reactive species of oxygen, the hydrogen peroxide, and MDE. So this is quite bad lah. Okay, this causes oxidation issues in plants. Okay, it increases ROS, radical scavenging activities, and so on. Okay. Okay. Free radical scavenging mechanism. Okay, that's what I was telling you just now. At modest concentration, okay, ROS are known to play and reactive oxygen species are known to play an important role as signaling molecules in plant cells. Okay, if moderate is okay, it produces as a signaling things. However, an excess of reactive oxygen species damages cell component resulting in premature senescence or apoptosis. Okay, cell death lah. Okay, UVB induced ROS production alters the pattern of gene expression. Dia akan mengubah gene expression such as antioxidative enzymes. Okay, in order to lessen the impact of ROS generated by UVB exposure, plant produces antioxidants such as ascorbic acid and alpha tocopherol and evokes antioxidant enzyme. So to lessen the ROS due to UVB, kita plant produce antioxidants. Okay, these are the antioxidants. Macam you see every plant they say produce a compound kan. This compound produced in this plant has antioxidant properties. All these things because plant produce the antioxidant to protect itself. Kita pergi extract, kita isolate, kita guna untuk diri kita. Okay, one of the antioxidant ascorbic acid lah and alpha tocopherol, and it evoke antioxidant enzymes. Okay, so antioxidant ni akan be produced against the ROS. Okay, reactive oxygen species, and also many other antioxidant enzymes will be produced. Okay, one of the enzyme is superoxide dimutase, accelerates the conversion of superoxide to hydrogen peroxide, while catalase and peroxide catalysis dihydrogen dioxides breakdown. UVB also promotes the flavonoid accumulation in epidermis. Okay, flavonoid production in the epidermis of the plant. Flavonoid, it will shield the plant to protect the plant from UV radiation. Flavonoid, flavonoid is the one that give colors to the plant. Okay. Molecular responses. Okay, UVB and genes. Okay, how does it interact? Okay, plants are inevitably exposed to UVB, which penetrate and damage the genome as well. Okay, UV can damage the gene. UV photon induces oxidative damage. Crosslinks and generation of photoproducts of DNA that are responsible for retarding the growth and development of plants. So both DNA protein and DNA interaction lah crosslinks. Okay, so it will damage all these things. Damages nucleus, bukan nuclear, it's actually nucleus. Okay, some typo. Sekejap, I tukar terus. Okay, alamak. Nucleus. Okay, sekejap. Okay, nucleus, chloroplast, mitochondrial DNA, and by inducing various DNA division. Okay. The reproductive part of plants, such as pollen and uvules, are well shielded from solar UV radiation. So, plant itself protect their kids, their babies, their pollen and ovules. Increases in scavengers of free radicals and active oxygen species may also mitigate the negative effect of UV radiation. So, just now yang kita tengokkan scavengers, antioxidants lah. Antioxidants of ROS. ROS is a kind of free radicals, okay? Only a small proportion of the UVB radiation striking leaf penetrates into the inner tissue. So, leaf akan protect dah pokok tu, sel dalam dia. So, a small part only will go inside. So, if you want to see, plant is a wonderful biochemist, a wonderful kind of organism. It can protect itself by just standing there. Okay, it produces many kinds of chemicals inside that to protect itself. Okay. Increased thickness of leaves, reducing the proportion of the inner tissue exposed to the UV radiation. So when a lot of UV radiation happens, so the leaf thickness will be thicker. That's why if you go to macam desert kan, okay, there's cactus punya shield dia very thick. It doesn't have much leaves, but dia punya outer layer dia very thick because there the UV will be higher. Okay, have repair mechanism in plants. Okay, so UV B and plant defense mechanism include repair system of DNA damage. Example, protein or by the light and dark process involved in repairing of DNA damage. Under illumination, the enzyme DNA photolase repairs the UV-induced production of pyrimidine dimers. Okay, this is just a diagram to show how it affects. Okay, UVB. If normal plant, normal this thing, nothing happen, like you see the epidermal thickening here. So kalau UVB, okay, you have UVB, it decrease the height, decrease leaf area, it reduce the number of stomata, and it causes, kalau stomata decrease tutup, leaf akan start curling, smaller internodes, and it increase the axillary branching. Okay, it akan increase the branching sebab dia nak cuba survive lah. Tapi change composition of epicuticular vexus. So tengok the epidermal thickening dah thicken, ini thicker. Okay, this part is thicker now. Okay, leaf thickening and redistribution of chlorophyll. Okay, if there's a UVB. Okay, summary of the effect of solar ultraviolet radiation on plant. Okay, photosynthesis, it decreases in if the plant characteristic photosynthesis, it decrease in many plants if there's a UV radiation. Leaf, no effect in many plants. Okay, water use efficiency decreases in most plants. Dry matter production, makanan, crop production, it will decrease. Leaf area, leaf conductance, okay, leaf area decrease. Specific leaf weight increase. Because leaves cuba protect themselves kan, dia akan thicken. Crop maturity, no effect. Flowering may inhibit or stimulate flowering in some plants. Interspecific, intraspecific. Okay, species may vary in degree of response. Okay, this one depends on, these two depends on variety of the plant. Okay, drought stress, plant become less sensitive to UV but not tolerant to drought. Okay, so when a plant is more responding to the UV, so dia tak kisah about the drought really. Okay, when you have something like when you have a bigger problem, the smaller problems, it's not, we don't care kan. We want to settle the bigger problem, something like that. Okay. Okay, that's it. Okay, so I see you all next week, Tuesday, Tuesday at Wednesday lunchtime lah. Should be good. Okay, see you all. Itu je. Hello. Okay. Siapa datang for planting of Kuta Percha next week?
Everyone.
Everyone. Okay, then
Yes.
see you guys. Okay, bye.
Betul.
Thank you, Doctor.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Doctor.
Bye.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you,
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you, Doctor.